Wemby is a lizard person. You heard it here first, people. Wemby is a lizard person. You really think a 7'4" man has handles like that? You really think someone from France can play basketball at that level? Come on, guys. Let's be honest. The man is built like the worm guys from Men in Black. Okay, he's not real. Okay, they don't make Frenchmen like that. They make them like Tony Parker, okay? And also, fuck Tony Parker. I'm still salty over the 2005 finals where the Spurs beat the Detroit Pistons. Fuck Tony Parker. Fuck Tim Duncan and his big ass Dumbo looking ears. Fuck all them guys. Fuck all that. San Antonio, one thing I'll say about San Antonio, the only thing bigger than basketball in San Antonio is the thick women. Oh, yes. They're all built like piñatas. And if you hit it from the back in the right way, candy corn just explodes out of them. You know what I'm saying? I love them, dude. Summertime in San Antonio, those women don't sweat. They marinate. I love San Antonio because San Antonio is like you can totally tell San Antonio is just like they have one big historical landmark and they just made an entire city around it, and the river is just is a slow moving river throughout the city. That's because there's just so much taco grease in the fucking river, dude. If you took a fucking bath in it, you would come out as a 5'4", 240-pound Latina woman, okay? Latinx for my liberal dogs hate watching back in Detroit. Latinx, guys. Latinx. Yeah. Yeah, in San Antonio, they call it curvy. The rest of America calls it obese. Yep. I think that's all my fat San Antonio jokes. Yep, I believe so. Yeah. Oh no, I got one more. Got one more fat phobic San Antonio joke. The only thing bigger than their asses is their attitude when you ask them if they want a Diet Coke with their 7 tacos. That was a good one, guys. That was a good one. That one was way better than the first take or the first 2 takes that I had to cut off in this episode. Yeah, because Wemby's a lizard person. What else are we talking about? We're going to keep it with sports, guys. Josh Jacobs, okay? Josh Jacobs, I know. He got charged with hitting his girlfriend or something, yada, yada, yada. Here's the thing, guys. This is great news for us fantasy players, okay? Here's the thing. Josh Jacobs, he's not going to get suspended for a full season. We're maybe looking at an 8 to 12 game suspension at most, okay? At most, okay? Unless he fucked the bitch up pretty bad. I didn't see any photos. But we're looking at an 8 to 12 game suspension at most, guys, okay? Fantasy, he's going to fall back to almost round 10, guys. He's going to fall back from rounds 8 to 10, okay? So trust me, guys. I picked up Alvin Kamara when he was suspended for 4 games for beating the guy outside the Las Vegas nightclub, okay? I won the league that year because Kamara came in clutch. No one picked Kamara because he was suspended 4 games. What is the first 4 games of fantasy, guys? It's nothing. We all know it's about the waivers, okay? I don't know why I'm talking super fast like I'm on ESPN. I don't know. Put me next to Pat McAfee, dude. I'll be blowing lines with Pat McAfee, dropping F-bombs, saying the N-word behind the scene. Pat McAfee seems like a cool guy. It kind of seems like a guy that I wouldn't drink with, but I would do coke with. Does that make sense? Pat McAfee is McAfee? Pat McAfee is the type of guy that you won't drink with, but you'll do coke with. And for some reason, that makes sense. It's like, damn, Pat's coming over. I don't want to drink with that guy. But then he brings over a bag, and you're like, yeah, I'll do a couple lines with Pat. Pat's a pretty funny guy to do coke with. What am I talking about? Oh, yeah, Josh Jacobs, man. Josh Jacobs. And I know it's bad. Obviously, what Josh Jacobs did was terrible. But it could be a lot worse. He could have introduced President Trump. Yeah. Could have done that. I should have said introduce President Trump at a rally. See, this is the dilemma of doing this podcast and then having like 15 minutes of tight jokes because I want to redo these clips. Sometimes I'm not redoing them. Sometimes I'll redo them. 1.5 million clips the past month on Instagram. Follow me. What else are we looking at? Moving on, guys. No, we got one more fantasy football joke. Guys. I am a social justice warrior. Okay. Yeah. That's not a joke. I am a social justice warrior. I'm such a social justice warrior that every fantasy football season, I draft Colin Kaepernick to be my quarterback. I don't win, but at least I know I did the right thing. And that's why teams should have signed him. And, because who wants to win? Hey, the guy was 1-11 in his last 12 starts. Hey, I think he can run a mean pistol formation because that works at the NFL level, which sometimes it does if you have a mobile quarterback. We're moving on, guys. We're moving on. What else are we moving on to? You guys see that there's a viral TikTok trend or there's a viral internet trend where people in the inner city are putting pineapple in jars of Kool-Aid and then they're selling the pineapple. Ain't that amazing? The CIA, you did it again. You did it. You guys are genius. First it was crack cocaine, and then it was Sexyy Red, and now it's pineapple in Kool-Aid. Genius, CIA. You guys did it again. I'm impressed. Okay? And I know Sexyy Red is a psyop, okay? She obviously is a psyop to, bring the masses, not even just black masses. We're just talking all masses down, dude. You listen to a Sexyy Red song and you're going to lose brain cells. But here's the thing, guys. People are mad about Sexyy Red getting in politics. Like, come on, guys. People are mad that Sexyy Red is getting in politics. What, you guys don't like twerking in your politics? Kamala Harris sure did. I would vote for it again in 2028. When I saw Meg Thee Stallion or whoever, was it Meg Thee Stallion? Whatever black woman was twerking on Kamala Harris' stage, I said, you know what? You got my vote. You can't get mad at Sexyy Red for getting in politics when Kamala's throwing some dollar bills on stage and has the girls twerking, dude. That's great stuff. Great stuff. All right. We're moving on, guys. Pride Month. Pride Month. The Big P. We're big allies here, We're big allies here at Seven Dads TV. I just want to say happy Pride Month to Timothy Chalamet. You're not out yet, but we all know, man. We all know. You can act like you're straight because you're dating Kylie Jenner, but look what they did to Bruce. Give it a couple years. What would Tammy Chalamet? I don't know. Look what they did to Bruce, man. To my gay friends too, it's even the ones that are not out of the closet. I want to say happy Pride Month to my friends that are so back in the closet that they're finding Christmas presents from the alcoholic stepdad. There's some good stuff back there, dude. Maybe some Hot Wheels, maybe some sock and boppers, dude. It's good stuff. I have a gay brother. I've been through a lot in life. I got heroin addict dad, died at 16. Sister died in a motorcycle at age 15. Verbally abusive mom and a gay brother. God, when does it end? He's not even going to get into heaven. So the internalness of the trauma is just going to keep going. The trauma of the internalness. I don't even know what I'm saying. Drank way too much coffee today, I think. Maybe not enough. No, I see my THC carts in my coffee level is not balanced out. I drank too much coffee, didn't smoke enough THC carts to give me that good 7 Dads TV balance. What else are we talking about, guys? Mackenzie Shirilla? How do you pronounce that, guys? I got to look it up. Shirilla. Shirilla. Mackenzie Shirilla. God damn. I should have watched the documentary. I should have watched it, guys. And she just has those crazy X eyes, Mackenzie just has those crazy X eyes. Like I feel like dating Mackenzie is kind of like Google Maps. A lot of twists, a lot of turns, a lot of acceleration, and all of a sudden you're just crashing into a fucking wall. You know what I'm saying? Most crazy exes, they'll slash your tires. She'll slash the brake lines. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man. And I'm just guessing that Mackenzie has a Lana Del Rey Stan account. One of the anonymous Lana Del Rey, accounts that just talk about her and stuff like that. Trust me, guys. If you guys are dating a woman that has a Lana Del Rey Stan account where she just posts about Lana Del Rey and it's not really her identity and it's just a profile picture of Lana Del Rey, you're in for a fucking treat, guys, okay? You're in for a fucking treat. Shirilla? What is her name? Shirilla? God, I got to get better at that. Shirilla. God. What ethnicity is she? Is that Turkish? Sounds Turkish. Okay, what else are we talking about? Euphoria ended. I know. Straight white women are going to have to find something to base their personality off of now. You know what I'm saying? Because Euphoria ended, and it's sad. It's not really sad. Euphoria ended, and now Sydney Sweeney's nipples can finally go into hibernation. They're only going to come back out when her career needs a boost again. We enjoyed it. Sayonara. It'll be about another 6 months before I see him on my timeline again. All right, we're moving on, guys. We're moving on, guys. Enough of the nipples. Okay. So something funny actually happened to me the other day. Some teenagers were waiting outside of a liquor store I was going into, and they played Hey Mister. You know, they're like, Hey Mister, can you buy me some alcohol? And it made me think about all the times I did that as a kid, you know, and tried to get some random strangers to buy me alcohol. And it just made me think that I really miss being that young. And I really hope those kids can handle their tequila. Because goddamn, dude, they got 2/5 of 1800, dude. There was only 4 of them. What the fuck are you kids going to do with that, dude? And they only got one Rello. They only bought one Rello. You got 2/5 of 1800 and you only bought one Rello. I hope they had more. Because you're going to need more pot. You're going to need more blunts. You're going to need more weed for that, man. All right. All right. You know, and I miss being that young, you know, and I do look forward to getting older and everything like that. Like, you know, my grandparents were some of the funniest people, you know, some of the most lovable people. Like, you know, my grandma always gave me advice. Like, my grandma always used to tell me that hard work pays off. But she also used to yell the N word while watching the news. I kind of take what Meemaw says with a grain of salt. Yeah. 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 There was such a big pause in that. There was such a big pause in that. Um, my grandpa, he was a veteran. My grandpa actually fought in Vietnam. When he came home, he did not say one word about his experience in Vietnam. I'm guessing it's because he went gay and he just wants no one to know. You know, hey, Gramps, we all know that. But I got to tell my Gramp, like I said last time on the last podcast, okay? Just because you go gay once doesn't mean you're gay, you know? You know, you drink one beer, you an alcoholic? Come on. But you pound one twink and all of a sudden you're gay? Come on, dude. That's just science at that point. What else about old people? I read something that there was a lesbian, or no, there was a rumor I watched on like TMZ or something. There's a rumor that Oprah and Gayle King are lesbians. Could you imagine walking in on that, dude? Just 2 sun-dried raisins just scissoring, and just the friction is so hot it starts the next California wildfire. God, give me that, man. Give me that. Um, fuck yeah, you know, who would you rather fuck, Oprah or Gayle King? I'm going Oprah. Got those deep dish, thick Chicago thighs. Oh man, love them, love them. You guys see that Britney Spears got arrested? Britney Spears got arrested, and you know, she was like obviously going crazy. Told the cops that she could make them lasagna or whatever. And I'll be honest, guys, I want to see a television show with Britney Spears and Amanda Bynes. Maybe a cooking television show, Cooking with Crazy, and just have them, you know, making whatever they eat throughout the day. Because I guarantee it's probably, you know, mushroom fluff on top of Stover's lasagna. Because like these bitches are literally insane, and they've been, you know, Dan Getting the Van Schneider had their way with both of them because holy shit, these bitches are insane. You know, honestly, let's throw Lindsay Lohan in there. Yep. Let's start a television show with Britney Spears, Amanda Bynes, Lindsay Lohan. It'll just be the new Three Stooges reboot. You know, we'll watch it. People my age will watch it. Let's be honest. What else? Surprisingly, none of those women have OnlyFans. Think about that, guys. Think about that. Okay, think about that, guys. Um, you know, and here's what I'll say. Do you know only? Here's the thing about OnlyFans. I found this out that OnlyFans, the most expensive OnlyFans there is, okay, or maybe I should say spicy site. Social media ruins everything that says OnlyFans. So sorry, guys, I got to PG it up for you. You know, got to PG it up for you. You know, because we live in such a soft society. We got to PG it up. You can't even say suicide anymore. You got to say unalive. What about my basketball coach? He was making me run unalives. What the fuck is that, dude? It's stupid. stupid. So I got to say spicy site, okay? I looked it up. The most expensive spicy site is $50. $50 for a spicy site? Let's be honest, guys. If I pay $50 for a spicy site, I better see B-hole and the Epstein files. See, it doesn't hit as well because we all know I'm talking about OnlyFans. I got to say spicy site, dude. And I'm still waiting on that contract from Israel. I'm still waiting on the sign for Israel. Once it's signed for Israel, this podcast is going to get a lot better, guys. What else, guys? You guys see like there's a big debate over like period sex online too right now. And like, is period sex, appropriate or not? Is it gross or not? And I'll just say this. My girlfriend is not a big fan of period sex, but usually I can pull a few strings. Get it? Because the strings of the tampon, and that's a phrase that you could say, hey, I can pull a few strings to make it work, but I'm pulling the strings of the fucking tampon. That's a good one. That got like 50 likes on Facebook 5 years ago. So we're going to really hope that it comes through with the clips. Because once again, guys, it's all about the clips, okay? It's all about the clips. Once I sign with Israel, then I can make it more like 30 minutes, expand on this, actually have some time to fucking write this. Threesomes. Let's get back to just lust slop. Lust fucking slop, dude. Sex sells, guys. We're moving on, guys. We're moving on. Fucking lust stuff. No, we're sticking with the sex stuff, dude, because sex sells, guys. Sex absolutely sells, guys. Okay. I've had threesomes, you know what I'm saying? Like one time during a threesome, I was in between two naked girls, right? And then a Chance the Rapper song came on. And I got up between two naked girls and walked naked to the computer stand and changed the song. I ain't fucking to a Chance the Rapper song, guys. I ain't fucking Chance the Rapper, okay? I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it, guys. Threesomes are fun, but I will say this. I've had two girls go down on me before, okay? That is nothing compared to the day I finally felt Jesus Christ in my heart. Those girls' heads were bobbing and weaving like Muhammad Ali in his prime. But my dick only gets hard for God now. Amen. 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 And here's one thing I wanted to say, guys. Here's one thing I wanted to say. One thing I looked up. I was going to talk about this in San Antonio. You guys can look this up. Almost 90% of all Latin America has oral herpes. 70% of all Mexican Americans have oral herpes. Okay? It's passed down because they have traditions of kissing each other on the lips when they work in warehouse-like and restaurant-like settings. Okay, guys? That's pretty crazy, okay? And you might be thinking that's racism. That's not racism, okay, guys? Because I've lived in Texas, Mexico for almost a year now, okay? And I just noticed that a lot of them kiss each other on the lips, and I thought that was really weird. And then I just thought I would look up statistics from it, and these are the statistics I found from it, okay? You can look them up. I might not even put them on the thing. You can look them up, okay? I might not even put on the graphic because I don't think that this is going to be a clip, because now that I keep ranting about this, it just sounds more and more racist, and it's like, where's the actual jokes of this? This could have been a joke when I was talking about the San Antonio women. All I'm saying, next time you have a thick Latina baddie, okay, and you're taking her back to your apartment, have some Burt Bees on you, okay? You get a little bump, have some Burt Bees on you, okay? You see the bump coming up? Burt's Bees, okay? You can mess around with all the thick Latinas you want when you're running with Burt's Bees, okay? What's really fucked up is literally I had a Latino man bring that up to me. He had, someone asked to hit his weed, and he was like, "You ain't got herpes, right?" And like, nah. And then someone made a joke about it, and then he was like, "Yeah, if you ever get a little bump," and he pulled out the Burt Bees, and he pulled out. And I was like, "They need to sponsor you." I didn't bring up the statistics I just brought up because he already knows. He already knows, brother. He already knows. Okay, guys. Yeah, that's all I have for this episode. God, this went longer than I wanted to. But follow me on Instagram, everything. I'm doing these episodes every 2 weeks. I'll be performing at the Funniest Person in Austin competition August 4th. Got some pretty fun stuff lined up, some pretty fun sketches. Follow the clips. 1.5 million views on Instagram. And I'm going to drop my spicy site soon. Oh, yeah, you guys want it. Downriver Danny's spicy site. It's coming, dude. It's fucking coming. I shoved Coney dogs up my ass. Okay, that got really fucked up.